Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Apex F1 podcast. I am Paul. I hope everybody's having a great start to your week, had a great weekend. Once again, I am joined here by my wonderful and amazing co-host. Meredith, how are you doing today?
I'm fantastic on this glorious Monday of our F1 summer break round 2. How are you?
Oh, I am wonderful. The sun is shining. I am off of work. Can't ask for more. Josh, how are you today?
Doing good. Just same as Meredith. I've been enjoying the summer break, not having to plan my entire weekend around some practice sessions and qualifying. So it's been a nice week. So got 2 more to go, and then I'm sure by next weekend I'll be missing it already.
Itching. Bring it back.
Yeah.
It's one of those that at the first days, first week is just like weird. It's like, what do I do with myself? It's like that Ricky Bobby, what do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
So as we've talked about, F1 is on a summer break, but that does not stop motorsport. Motorsport stops for nobody. IndyCar was in Portland yesterday, and very fun race, very devastating race. Meredith, did you get a chance to catch any of it? I know you were out.
Yeah, it was my sister's bridal shower weekend. So for the first time in a very long time, I watched 0 racing this weekend. But that's amazing because it means that this week I get to have races to watch throughout the week to get me through. But I saw the recaps on IndyCar, saw the recaps on NASCAR. So yeah, I'm a little tuned in, but didn't get to watch the races yet.
Oh, it's all right. It was a fun race. I know, Josh, are you still trying to get into IndyCar, or have you written it off?
I haven't written it off. I've just not paid as much attention as you guys. It's been
okay.
hard for me to pick up. I've been really putting my eggs in the endurance racing basket. So when I have spare time, that's what I've been looking it up and kind of trying to learn more about. So I've been kind of more focused on the endurance racing stuff.
And we will touch bases on that endurance racing here in a second. But like I said, IndyCar was in Portland. Alex Palou was in first in the championship, followed by Pato. And honestly, as much as I want to say that Pato was on track to win it, he had a big hill to climb. It was a big point deficit, but there was still some wiggle room for him to try to do something productive.
There was hope.
There was hope. There was hope, which is all you can ask for some days. Pato started the race on Sunday in pole. And I think Alex started in 4th or 5th. I don't exactly remember. And it was a great start. And Pato had the great lead, was really pulling it off. But unfortunately, they had a mechanical issue somewhere in the power unit. A cable shorted out. I think Tony Kanaan was saying too much vibration in the car caused one of the little wires to short out, which ineffectively ruined his race. By lap 20, he had to limp his car back to the pits, and great effort on the team to try to get it back on track. But by the time they did, he was already down 8, 9 laps, 10 at the most. So at this point, it was just finishing out with pride.
Yeah.
So it was a great race. Connor Daly and Rasmussen had a great elbow battle there.
Great.
I don't know.
Great elbow battle. That was wild.
It really was, and I still have no clue how there was not a penalty given to Rasmussen for that. And you could tell Connor was super pissed about that.
When is he not, though? Honestly, I feel like Connor Daly is ranked number 1 of getting super pissed off about every single thing that happens to him. And I know we talk about elbows out racing in different series, but it was so intense that my mom texts me and is like, "Did you just see what happened on the IndyCar race?"
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Plus, I love the fact that you're mimicking your mom's voice. Did you watch the IndyCar race?
No, I love that she was watching it. My stepdad loves IndyCar and NASCAR. It's like my dad's a Formula One guy. My stepdad loves IndyCar and NASCAR. So I could definitely see where she was putting it on and it's she'll be like, "I listened to your podcast and I love it." I feel like it's the most supportive, and she likes watching racing too. So I don't mean it to be like that, but she was the fact that I knew it was intense, and then I went on social media. I was out watching the Indy Joe's golf tournament, but I knew I needed to go check social media to look for the clip as soon as my mom's texting me about it. So that was insane.
Yeah, they were definitely going at it a few laps before that happened. And it always seems that Connor's got issues with other drivers. I know during some of the oval races a few weeks ago, he was having issues with Ferrucci, and they exchanged pleasantries with using a finger. and I don't think they were saying they were number one in each other's book. So I don't know if it's Connor being a hothead or the other drivers just trying to punk him out. But either way, ultimately, it makes for good racing. Thankfully, Connor was able to walk out of that one unscathed and no issues. But yeah, it was a fun race, and ultimately, Will Power ended up winning the race. And for a driver, a veteran driver who's been in F1 for years, whose future just seems to be up in the air right now. We don't really know what's going to happen to him. He solidifies himself as continuing to win, continuing to show fans, continuing to show IndyCar why he deserves to have a seat. And I really hope that they give him a chance next year, some team, or they re-sign him. But I think it would be tough to watch him go.
Agreed. I think what a statement to make when your future's in the lurch, right? Like when you're kind of in that unknown. He's got so much talent left in him. Like obviously I'm biased because I really like Will Power. But I just
Yep.
think like the fact that he got out there on a weekend like this where Alex Palou was still right up in there in the top, Pato was on pole, like Lundgaard wasn't even that far back, like he originally won the pole position, but then had the penalty placements for the changes to the car. But I mean, for Will Power to come out and win that race, I think it shows volumes of what he still has left in him as a driver. And I really hope he gets re-signed or he finds another team. I think that, I don't know, I just think it would be a really big loss to not have him on the grid next year when he can clearly still win races in such a competitive field.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to see a world of IndyCar without him in the grid. His personality and just the way he drives. Whether you're a fan of his team or not, you just can't help but cheer for that man. And I would have everyone know that Will Power actually saw Meredith's story that she posted over the weekend. So I'm not trying to say that she's.
excited.
I'm not trying to say she's kind of a big deal, but she's kind of a big deal. So I would get her autograph now before she makes it too big and forgets the little people.
Thank you, Will Power social media admin team. Appreciate you. Appreciate the
Absolutely.
love and support.
So and then so we all know Will Power won. Christian Lundgaard came in second, and for such a young driver, I love what a bright future he has with that Aero McLaren team. He keeps showing that he's fighting. He's not getting punked out by some of these older drivers. I think towards that last handful of laps, we saw that Alex Palou was really giving him the fight, and he really hung in there. He really gave it all and even kind of raced with his elbows out a little bit. And good for him. I am so looking forward to his future. He has a bright future. And if Pato doesn't get his act together, he might end up dethroning Pato, which I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Christian Lundgaard has a very bright future.
Hear me out.
With that,
Christian Lundgaard is the Oscar Piastri of IndyCar.
you know what? Honestly, I can see that happening.
And not just because it's like McLaren and Aero McLaren. Like I
Sure.
genuinely see so many similarities between them and just the way that they drive and how level-headed they are, how competitive they are, how quickly they've grown and developed within that car and within that team relationship, how much they've learned in such a short period of time. I really think Christian Lundgaard has grown a lot as a driver in the last 2 seasons, and it's just been a lot of fun to watch. I think just even seeing how quickly he gains positions on tracks, even when he's further back on the grid, I just think he's really level-headed, and I think that's something we talk a lot about as such a strength for Oscar Piastri. So I can just see the sky's the limit for Christian in IndyCar.
You know what? I could definitely see that. Pato gives me Lando Norris vibes and just very emotional in the way he drives. After where Christian is very much the quiet one, the calculated one, and the one that's just going to work his ass off to climb up in the grid. So I definitely, if McLaren can work on the reliability issues, I definitely think that we can definitely see that Oscar Lando-esque in IndyCar, which honestly, great for the team. It's a team that really can give a fight any given weekend, so good for that.
Well, and they've got Nolan Siegel too. He's super young. He's developing, like he hasn't had anything like any crazy, outstanding, amazing results yet that we're like, oh my gosh, but he's getting there. And I think like with being on a team with those two, I think Nolan Siegel is going to learn a lot very, very quickly. So I think he's another one to watch.
And no disrespect to him, but he's kind of one that I just forget about at no fault of his own, because it seems like the other two take the limelight. And it's kind of good for him. He doesn't have the pressure to perform. He's just learning and growing as it comes. And hopefully he comes to his own in the next few years.
Agreed. I mean, but congratulations to Alex Palou.
Yes.
4th championship in a row. What an incredible season.
Third in a row.
Third. Oh, was it third? Sorry.
Third in a row, 4th
Third.
title.
Okay, 4th title, third in a row. That's just like, that's incredible. And it's like, you know, as motorsport fans, we all hate when there's just like one person just like dominating a season. It's like, you know, we've talked about it like with Max Verstappen in 2023 F1. It was just kind of like, all right, come on. But just like the talent, the skill, it's quite impressive. And he deserves all the accolades for being such an incredible driver and also just such a genuinely kind guy. All the other drivers on the grid seem to have a lot of respect for him and think he's a really great guy too. So that really helps a lot. You know, if you're going to get your ass kicked by somebody and he's going to dominate a season, at least it's by a guy on the grid that they really like.
Absolutely. So he finishes the race yesterday in Portland in 3rd, but with that he wins his 4th title, 3rd in a row. And yeah, like you said, he's just such a nice guy, quiet guy. He doesn't piss anybody off. You can't help but root for him. As much as I don't want to root for him, I want to root for, you know, the team on the hat because I want to see Pato doing well. Ultimately, yeah, good for him. He won the Indy 500 this year and a title. You know, ultimately, congrats to him, congrats to that entire team, and hopefully he can get dethroned next year. But at this rate, I don't see who can stop him.
Yeah, Chip Ganassi Racing is kind of on fire right now. They've got some things dialed in. That's job well done.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, you know, I was really hoping to have this title finish out in Nashville just because I will be there. But, you know, it is what it is. I knew it was going to be, it was a steep hill to climb, but nonetheless, I still plan to go out there, have a great time, and really, truly enjoy myself.
Yeah, and we will still have the stickers ready for you. So I'm actually going to stick them in the mail this afternoon so they will get to you. So you'll be able to hand out stickers. It has our QR code on there to our socials, our podcast, our YouTube as well. So look for Paul out there. He'll post.
Yes, I will be in section 136 towards the front. Hang on. We really need to learn where I'm going to be. So just bear with me.
And we'll post on the socials too, like when he's going to be there, like maybe down if you're going to go do, like, I know you've got paddock passes when you're going to go down and do that. And so that way anybody who wants a sticker with the logo can have it, put it on a water ball, put it on your laptop, you know?
Absolutely. I will be in section 136, row 5, seat 21 and 22. So if anybody is hearing this, watching this, following along with us, please stop by, say hi. I will be there with stickers. I will be there to talk to anybody, shake everybody's hand, take any pictures you guys want. So I am truly looking forward to this. It's been on my calendar. I truly can't wait. I was really hoping it was this weekend, but a couple more weeks ago.
Any other closing thoughts on IndyCar?
No, IndyCar's been fun.
I promise I'll watch it. I promise I'll watch it this week.
It's okay. It's all right. I know next
I will catch up. I was slacking.
The next race we have is in Milwaukee. So the big issue right now is Milwaukee's been faced with a lot of flooding.
Yeah.
I saw this morning there are feet of water. Feet. Not 1 foot, 2 feet. There's the track is flooded under numerous feet of water. I went to public school. Please don't make fun of me.
I did too, and I've never used feet as a measure.
Y'all are dumb. Don't make fun of me. Every time I host, you guys make fun of me for something. I don't like this.
Someone's got to keep you humble.
Oh, somebody has to. But I think we're all wondering, did you end up getting tickets, Meredith, to the Arlington race for next year?
I did indeed, but no, it is not hospitality because they crushed all hopes and dreams that I had of that being affordable, like absolutely insane. So I did end up getting tickets, but I just got grandstands. I got grandstands over on like I don't even know what turn it is. It was like turn 6 or something. And it's like a little high-speed little turn coming around. And I was like, oh, that'll be great. It was like $250 a ticket for the 3-day grandstand, rain or shine. So I was like, well, that'll be fine, you know.
Well, that's not terrible.
No, not bad at all. So I'll still be able to, like, I don't know if they're going to do like add-ons, open up add-ons later. They didn't have anything open now to add on for like paddock passes or anything like that. So obviously when that stuff comes out, if there's add-on options, I'll take advantage of that. But, you know, Airbnb is booked, tickets are booked, so at least we're going, and we're going on a budget. So, you know, with my sister getting married in Europe, I'm trying to save money anywhere I can. So this works out
It's
better because that means I can just go to more races next year.
so going back to IndyCar. Are they adding, or is this an adding on to this race, or are we taking away from the calendar to put this Arlington race on?
That is an excellent question and great homework. I accept that homework assignment. I would
All
assume it's an
right.
add-on.
I would assume I would assume it's an add-on as well. I haven't heard that we're losing anything.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
either.
but that's something to look into, and we will get back to you guys with an answer here at the next episode.
For sure. For sure. We'll return with homework on that one next week.
S- Oh, we are working on possibly getting a guest for next episode with the summer break. We're trying to fill in the gaps wherever we can. So please stay tuned for that. I will put out an announcement, or Meredith or Josh, as soon as we get more concrete details. I got a couple messages out, just waiting for some responses. And I think with the platform that we have here, I think it's really important that we can kind of point out some of the negative things. I'm sure if you guys follow IndyCar have seen the uproar that happened, what would have been last week, with the pictures that were shown of the IndyCar with an ICE livery. We're not trying to get political here. We don't care who you voted for, which side of the aisle you are, quote unquote. But I'm a huge proponent that we need to keep, as much as possible, we need to get politics out of sports. And I was not a fan of the way it was portrayed. I was not a fan of the number 5 car being the one that gets portrayed. And for those of you who don't know, the number 5 car is Pato O'Ward, who is Mexican born. And it was just, it's not a good look for anyone. It's not a good look for a sport that's really trying to grow and trying to get its ratings. And let's call it what it is. Every weekend, IndyCar loses in the ratings to in Xfinity the Xfinity series in NASCAR. So for a series that's really trying to come up to be their own and grow, this is definitely not how we keep fans. And I don't know if you guys have any input on this, but for me, what hurt the most is that there's been no official statement from IndyCar on this one. There's been nothing. That I really thought that in this race in Portland, IndyCar was going to come out with a presser, and there's been nothing. And I don't think there should be anything from Pato O'Ward and his camp, because he's just the innocent bystander on this one. But at least there needs to be something from IndyCar, and it's just painful. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I posted a video sharing my thoughts and it got quite a lot of traction. The good, the bad, the ugly, and as a person, all you can do is acknowledge where you are in life, learn about yourself, learn about your privileges you're afforded in life, and how that impacts others in the role that you have. And so I made a video speaking my thoughts on it about the use of the imagery, the IndyCar, the ICE livery, the use of Pato's number, and that I don't support that at all. And again, I don't think each person is entitled to their political views, and I think that's fantastic. But I think what the Department of Homeland Security did by putting that image out without that authorized use of IndyCar imagery, and then the Pato's number, like, to me, there were things that were clearly intentional here. And then they doubled down and put out a second image later. And a lot of people were in my comments saying things like, hey, like, oh, IndyCar put out a statement. Well, you're wrong. IndyCar put out a statement. IndyCar put out a statement. And the reality is that I never saw it. I never saw anything on IndyCar socials. I never heard anything. And so that's, I think, just either way, like, if you are a motorsport organization, then you just, as an organization, decide we have to put out a statement acknowledging it and the actions that you took, of whether you're asking somebody to take it down or I think you just make a statement. And so many people said, hey, I made a statement. They made a statement. That they said that nobody could ever send me a link to the statement, though. So a lot of people were in my comments. And again, I want to be educated on it. And if they did, fantastic. Like, I will always own that. But I just never saw anything. So that was
No,
just.
I didn't see anything either. I saw some news articles that were talking about, and some of the. Welcome back, Josh. Hopefully his technical issues get resolved. I know I've
Have a
read some
technical issue
articles.
like Pato's car on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to his onboard camera. It just went black.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing was just like, everybody was saying they made a statement, they made a statement, they made a statement. I just didn't ever see the statement. Nobody sent me the statement. It was, oh, so-and-so who's associated with it said that they've made a statement. And so it's like, it's okay, well, I just didn't see it. And you would think that IndyCar would, especially because Pato is arguably the most famous marketable IndyCar driver right now, you would think that IndyCar would just, rather than making it about intellectual property being used, you would think that they would want to make a statement about supporting their drivers across the board and like how the unauthorized use of images can harm their drivers. You would think they would want to make a statement about making a safe environment for the drivers that they're recruiting and supporting. So that like, I just never saw the official statement. And even though people were up in my comments saying this and that, hey, I will always grow and learn and reflect as a person about how I deliver and share my thoughts about something. But don't tell me the statement has been made repeatedly over and over and over, but you can't send me the link or the source to where the official IndyCar statement is. So I don't know.
Like I said, I know somebody within IndyCar said it was unacceptable in a news article, but there's been nothing official,
Yeah.
nothing on video, nothing on paper, and
Like that's
and that's the
something that
part that
warrants
hurts. Correct, something
that's
that
something
important.
that warrants a
And on
statement, an
a, and
official
on a
one.
basic human rights level, something's got to be said because, like you said, Pato is arguably their most popular driver on that grid, the one that's out there the most on the cameras. Hell, there's commercials about him. It's like Alex Palou, Joseph Newgarden, and him. You always see
Yeah.
those big three constantly being promoted, and but. Hopefully they can come. Hopefully we can just move on past this. We don't see this crossover anymore, but I felt like it was my duty and it was our duty as a podcast to at least make a statement, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. I felt like it was just on a basic human level. We were gonna support something, and Josh's puppy decided to
Puppy.
make a quick little appearance on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Again, like it's a
hangs out.
I don't think it's like, hey, IndyCar, you have to make a statement out one way or the other about what you politically support. I'm fully aware that Roger Penske is a very big Trump supporter and everything, and that's okay. That's okay if he is, and that
Yeah.
is his right. We live in a country for the reason where we have a political system where we get to vote and choose, and we're very lucky to. And I hope each person does exercise their right to vote. I think to me, IndyCar needed to make a statement about what they are doing to make an inclusive, safe environment for their drivers. They do not have to make a statement about their political views, but they should, at a bare minimum, if we're making this about human decency and human rights, they should, at a bare minimum, make a statement about how important it is and how the illegal use of intellectual property without their permission created an unsafe work environment for somebody who is such an important person to their organization. At a bare minimum, that's my.
And
thought.
I think it's our job, as those of us who have platforms, however big or little, to at least talk about it and hold their feet to the fire on this one. So I felt like I just keep saying, I felt like it was our job to speak up on it.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of different other motorsport podcasts or content creators post on the weekend that they were actually going to take a break from IndyCar for the weekend. Or, a lot of people posted alternative sources to where you could watch the race in other places that don't support that. And so I was really appreciative of all the other, that is one thing that social media can be really great at, is educating, educate but verify, educating on other ways to still engage and engage with the motorsport and support the motorsport. So I appreciate being able to learn from social media from that aspect of other ways to stay engaged with the sport, even if you opt to not watch through IndyCar on Fox or whatever it may be that weekend.
And I know, speaking of IndyCar on Fox, I know a lot of people following social media were having issues even watching the race on TV, because I know the Live Golf Tournament was in Chicago this weekend, and Fox decided to show that in some markets around the country instead of the IndyCar race. In other places, it got moved to FS1. Other places just didn't get it, because I know the race was at 2 o'clock. Other people didn't get the race till after like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So, it wasn't all it wasn't all smooth sailing for Fox and IndyCar this weekend. So hopefully they get their ducks in a row and get things figured out. But as we kind of start wrapping up this episode for the day and for the week, Josh, any last final thoughts?
No, I think we've just about covered everything. Like everybody's been saying, whatever you believe about this topic, it doesn't really matter when you're starting to involve personal people that we watch and follow and kind of have this, we take enjoyment of watching them do their jobs. And when it starts to be directed towards them, it seems just distasteful at best and plenty of other words at worst. So, just don't be. And I saw plenty of the comments on Meredith's post, that just people don't really realize that social media is not necessarily the place to say some of that stuff. It's why put it in somebody else's comments? It makes no sense to me. Just if that's your opinion, that's great. But why take the time out of your day to post it on somebody else's stuff who you probably don't even follow? You're taking time out of your day to post it on their stuff for what? What are you going to change? You're going to change Meredith's mind all of a sudden?
Oh,
Stupid.
the amount of messages I got, you guys.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I 3 different times TikTok sent me a notification that it was like, we're sensing bullying in your comments. Here are ways that we can protect you, and here are these different features that you can turn on. Do you want to enable some of these? And this is the first time I've really had it. I mean, I have people who will come on my comments and make comments about my voice or my face or, being a girl in motorsports. And I'll get messages about stuff like that. I think my favorite one was the one that I sent you guys that just I think the dumbest thing you could ever do is have an F1 podcast. Okay, great. But I was really grateful to TikTok for having some things in place like that, where it was they were monitoring that and flagging it, and it was able to remove some of the comments. There were some really awful things that were said in there. And again, each person is entitled to their opinions and their perspectives. But I think this was a targeted personal marketing campaign and effort. And then people, because I shared my opinion and exercised my right to free speech in a free country, people then wanted to take it to a personal level with me and make it about me. And what a great learning moment for me. I was really, really grateful for people who came on there and shared other thoughts or perspectives about how I worded something or things like that. And that's a fantastic learning experience. But for the rest of those, Josh, to your point, who took time to come into comments to just continue to spew hate, that's not what this space is for. We're motorsport fans because we're all connected by the same red thread of motorsports, and that's what this should be about. And Paul, to your point, we have a platform, and it's important to use that platform for kindness and human decency, and that's all we can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, some people are just going to be nasty in the comments regardless. Some people just, for lack of a better word, some people just want to be assholes for the sake of being assholes, and you'll just never be able to get to them. They just want to hide behind their screens. But enough of the negativity.
We just
Let's
move
turn
forward.
this.
We move forward.
Yeah,
We make progress.
that's all we can do. That's all we can do. And hopefully we can take this and come together. Ultimately, it doesn't matter who you vote for, as long as we can just come together as one big motorsport community and enjoy the product on track. And hopefully whoever your favorite driver is can put on a great performance, and we can all go home happy after watching a fun-filled race day.
Yeah, and to make it a space where other fans want to join in. That's what we want at the end of the day. We want more fans watching. We want more people to engage with. We want more people to love what we love. That's human nature.
Yes, absolutely. So, Meredith, any last final thoughts from you as we kind of wrap this one for the day?
The only other motorsport thought, the only other thing that I wanted to name is that, I don't know if y'all saw the video. I'm pretty sure probably you have the video of Connor Zilic getting out of his car after the NASCAR Xfinity race where he won and he was celebrating. I am so glad he is okay. For him to be knocked out cold and only have a broken collarbone, I am shocked. But Connor, I'm so glad you're okay. Shane, I'm so glad that when you won yesterday in the Cup Series, that you were very, very, very safe and delicate getting out of the car. I was like, and if you didn't see it, literally go Google Connor Zilic falling out of car after a NASCAR win. It is the scariest 18 seconds you will watch, because at first you're laughing so hard and then you realize this kid's out cold. So super glad he's okay.
Yeah, speed of recovery, but Yeah, it's just one of those freak accidents you never think is going to happen. Because how many times have we seen NASCAR drivers do that?
Every weekend.
Every weekend they stand on their car, they're celebrating, and it was just one of those freak accidents that happened. And it could have been a lot worse. Collarbones heal, so hopefully he can get back on the track here in no time.
Yep, that's all I had. That was all I was
Do we have any? I know we don't have any IndyCar this weekend. Do we have any motorsports this weekend? Is NASCAR this weekend at all?
Yes, hold on. Let me pull up and see where they are. Yes, we do have NASCAR schedule. Where are we this weekend?
Also, while she's looking at that up, I know
Richmond, Virginia.
There we go. We got some NASCAR this week for those of you who aren't into NASCAR, and maybe I'll get a chance to watch it. But if Cadillac F1 is listening, please give us a damn driver lineup. As the weeks go on, man, this is killing me. I wake up every morning and I check Twitter to see if there's anything. Cadillac F1, if you're listening, give us something, damn it.
And also, F1 app, quit putting out updates that when you're posting your articles and I get the notification on my phone, I don't care. If it ain't F1 breaking news, I don't care. I'm on a break.
Absolutely. Give us what we want. We want some driver lineups. So with that being said, everyone, please follow us on all our social medias. Please engage with us, comment on things. Please be nice. Don't be an asshole. Ask us questions.
And if you are
engage
an asshole,
with us.
We'll block you. Get out of our space.
Absolutely. And like I said, like Josh was alluding to earlier, we do have something in the works to have a special guest on the show. So please stay tuned for that information. We will get it to you guys as soon as we know something concrete. So with that, everyone, Josh, you want to say bye to the crowd?
See you guys. We'll see you all next week, hopefully with something fun for you.
Meredith?
I don't know why that just gave bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad energy. So bye, buddy.
All right, everybody. Have a great Monday, great rest of your week. Take care, and we will be talking to you guys shortly. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you guys.